Now, I'll say this, I think it's normal for people to judge their clients. I used to judge my clients. I was an extremely judgmental person, and I would judge my clients. And so looking for the to see their perfection, their innocence, their wholeness, their beauty, their magnificence, their total lovability was so important to me to burst my perceptions, projections, judgments. And I knew that I was doing it not just for me, but for them too. So here's an example. It was not with a client, but I was working for an organization as a volunteer, and we needed to hire a support staff person. And so I hired this woman who came recommended, and I had interviewed and saw the resume and everything, and hired this person to do this admin job. And I was very happy to have hired them. And I uh, they came to work the first day, and I was training them to do this admin job. And as soon as they walked in the door, I could feel they were nervous and insecure. Understandable. First day on the job, right? Of course, it's understandable. And a little while after they were there, and this was a long time ago, this was maybe 99, 2000, something like that. I started to really have a lot of judgments about them. Just like this stream of judgments, very intense. And so I just took a breath, and I'm working right beside them, explaining things to them and asking them questions. And I just paused and I said, Spirit, what is going on here? Where are all these judgments coming from? I don't know this person. Why am I feeling so intensely judgmental? And I got back, these aren't your thoughts, they are her thoughts. And you're just picking them up because she's broadcasting them so loudly. So I knew, okay, uh, love always trumps, right? Love always is the power. It's the only power. So I just started thinking, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for helping me. I just kept thinking, I love you. You're wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us. I know this is going to go so well. Oh, this is so good. You're so smart. I just kept thinking those thoughts very intensely. And I felt her begin to relax. So I didn't say anything. I just was thinking it. And my thoughts were louder than hers because mine were true. So that's the thing, there are no private thoughts. Course in Miracles teaches us there are no private thoughts. And so when I'm working, for instance, with someone who many, many times I've worked with parents who have drug addicted children, or people who have addicted spouses, or all kinds of situations like that. And people are really suffering. And I think one of the most painful things to suffer over is when you have a child who is going down a very painful road and you can't seem to reach them or help them. And so I will tell them, you can really help them by only seeing their perfection, only seeing their innocence, only seeing their wholeness, and not buying into what they're presenting to you. It's not easy. It is not easy to do. It is extremely challenging to do. But the thing is for you to be able to hold in your mind the picture of their perfection and know the perfection is being revealed. The perfection is being revealed. The perfection is being revealed. The wholeness is there. It's intact. The magnificence is intact, and it's being revealed now, because God is a now business. God is a now thing. God is only happening now. So you have to be able to anchor into right now, there's a perfection that is being revealed, and I recognize it. I affirm it. I see it. And sometimes you just feel like you can't. So then you say, I am willing to see it. I'm willing. And sometimes you maybe don't feel so willing. You feel like like to punch them in the face, right? So then you say, I'm willing to be willing to see the perfection and the wholeness and to love them fully and completely, right? So that is so important to understand, because time after time after time, I have worked with people who have a loved one who is in a very difficult situation, where their personality is just really falling down the hole, falling down the well, really going in a destructive way. And if they can hold the light for them in a very, very concerted way, it breaks the spell. It breaks the spell. Because the truth is always going to be more powerful than the lie. And it's important to always know that if you're believing the truth. So when you fall into judgment with another person and you're judging them and you're starting to feel upset because you're judging them, just remember, you might think you're upset because they're acting like a knucklehead. That is not why you are upset. You're upset because it's your job to see their perfection and wholeness, and you can't be bothered in that moment. And you're letting yourself down, and that's why you're upset. Don't kid yourself about that. It's really important. It's really, really important. Because you know how Jesus says we're far too tolerant of mind wandering and that we don't value the truth enough. Those are two true statements. And we cannot tolerate the mind wandering and the tossing away of the truth. We have to stop doing that. I'm very adamant about that. And that's why being a spiritual counselor and this kind of work is so profoundly healing to the counselor, because you can't entertain that bullshit and do your job. And so when I would start to judge my client, I would immediately go into prayer for myself, silently, eyes open, but I am praying for myself to come back to my wholeness, because I have to. I have to. This is no joke. I'm here, I'm here to be of service, and I cannot judge another person and be of service. I am here only to be truly helpful. What a blessing that is, that I'm here only to be truly helpful. And I don't have to figure it out. I don't have to wonder what to say or what to do or where to go or when to go. I don't have to figure any of that out. But I do have to be available. I do have to be available. And I cannot be judging and be available at the same time. We have trained ourselves to live in our intellect and ignore our heart. And this is about recalibrating to your natural state. And there's so much fear in this world that if we love, we will get hurt. And that is the biggest lie, because when we love, we cannot be hurt. It's only when we don't love that we get hurt. And we're hurting ourselves when we don't love. because love is the renewer, love is the refresher, love is everything. And so sitting with a client and loving them is deeply healing for everyone. And not just us, not just us, not just a client, but for their family, for our family, for everyone, because there is just the one. So it's a sacred opportunity to be truly helpful.